Thank you. Once again, tuning in 28 days where we're celebrating our history, our culture, our heritage, and our stories. And today we have Joshua Meekins on the set. Welcome to the set, Joshua.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Joshua, let's give us a background on who you are.
All right. Well, I'm actually originally from Trenton, New Jersey.
Okay.
I did a lot of traveling as a kid, jumped from different schools. Grew up in Jersey, went to Princeton Day School for high school, which was a big difference in culture to growing up actually in the inner city. And from there, I found my way to Villanova University, graduated just last year, and now I'm kind of in the world working in production.
Okay, what was the cultural context that you grew up in?
I grew up in a very urban context.
Okay.
A lot of people around me looked like me or had some type of maybe Spanish descent too, and it was very urban, very street. I didn't really experience it as much as I wanted to.
Okay.
My parents are very sheltering and showed me a lot of positive images of African Americans. So where I came from wasn't always the best image portrayed, but they tried to continuously show me all positive things.
So Trenton is pretty close to Princeton, I take
Yeah,
it,
it's
even
like
though it's in New Jersey.
20, 30 minutes. You wouldn't even notice if you actually traveled the distance.
So what was some of the differences that you saw in those same state but different towns?
Crazy. It was more of like in Princeton. Princeton's a very wealthy town.
Okay.
You're not going to see many African Americans in the town. More predominantly white. Education is huge, and especially if you make the jump to Trenton, it's very different. It looks different. It feels different. More urban. The people are different. The culture is different. It's different to switch between, turn that on and off to act maybe a different way to perceive smarter in such a Princeton environment.
So I'm picking on something that's very familiar, code switching.
Okay.
How were you able to code switch, and could people distinguish in Princeton as well as in the urban context?
It was, at first I found it kind of difficult.
Okay.
Growing up and being in a public school, I found that they always called me different. I was always smarter. And me being smarter always made it seem like I was a different. I never understood why that was.
Okay.
And then I went to Princeton, and I found myself fitting in more, but feeling that I wasn't there culturally.
Okay.
So I was able to, as I got used to the culture, blend in, be able to like speak in a different manner a little bit, talk in a different manner, and kind of blend in with my peers around me.
Now, how did that work when you came to Villanova in juggling those multiple environments and cultures?
It was cool because I felt like I could blend in all over the place. I could talk to anybody I wanted to. I could really kind of fit in where if I didn't feel like I fit in much. But at the same time, people started to notice that I kind of had different ways of speaking and different interactions with people. So it was interesting to see how people reacted to me and how I kind of fit in very smoothly.
So give me an experience coming on this campus, being a black man.
Yeah.
How you was perceived, or how did people interact with you in that exchange when you in passing in the classrooms and things?
Okay. It was more of anybody. I could talk to anybody. So like I would have, say like one of my a black friend would come by. We would talk, exchange a handshake real quick, a head nod. But if I had a white friend walk by, it was I guess my tone might have changed a little bit. We'd have more of a conversation. We'd talk about different things, and the subject might change a little bit. And we kept going. But people started to notice I would approach people a little differently depending on maybe the color of their skin or like the culture that they came from. Did
you experience some of the things like they thought you was an athlete, or you had to be an athlete
definitely.
to be on campus?
I think it's very unspoken how the first thing I was kind of asked was like, what sport do you play? I mean, I did play, I've played sports in the past, but I didn't play one collegiately.
Okay.
So it was interesting to see how like, in order for me to go to Villanova, I had to play a sport where it's like, there's very few African-American males who are at the school just for their intellect, which is, it's just rare to find. And I think a lot of people, or people of color, should take pride in the fact that you're at a place, you're at an institution where it's very competitive, it's very hard to come by, and you want to do so well in a place where it's so intellectually challenging. You don't necessarily have to be an athlete to be in such a situation.
So, did you ever get a conversation where did people get that from? Like, why they think all guys play sports?
Yeah, I mean, I have a broader build than most, so people assume that like, oh, I look like an athlete. But I mean, once you started really talking to people and challenging them, it was more of like, well, I assumed you're black, you were just here to play a sport. And it kind of, that frustrated me at first, it really did. But then I wanted to so bad change that. So like whenever I was in class, I would make sure like maybe I would sit in the front of the class just to break the stereotype that black students don't sit in the front of the class, black people don't engage, the teacher. They don't really want to be there. Like I wanted to so hard just be there, do well academically, and show people that there's not just an athletic side to African Americans, but we also can be intellectual in the classroom.
So what are some of the things you're working on as we wrrap up? Because I hear you got some
Yeah.
very interesting things that's going on.
I actually run a production company with some
Okay.
other Villanova graduates called 267 Productions. We've gone a lot farther with that. My main goal in life is to end up being a broadcast journalism. So now I'm taking my talents to try some acting, some journalist work, trying to doing wherever I can in the media field. So now I'm trying to progress from there.
So what are some ways people can get in contact you, one, if they're looking for the expertise that you bring to the table, and then your email address where they can contact you?
You can contact me through 267 Productions, or you can contact me through my personal email, which is jos.meekins, meekins, @gmail.com, and shoot me an email and we can get in contact.
Wow. Once again, as promised, we keep bringing these good guests in. Hey, we appreciate you tuning in 28 Days, where we can going to continue to celebrate our heritage, our culture, our stories, and we look forward to you coming back again. Hey, we ask you to tune in tomorrow. We're going to have someone new for you again. Thank you, and have a great day.